Look what our lives have become.
We're
Hey.
back.
We're back again with this.
Wouldn't you know, the
Hey,
sequel is
Christian.
here. Hey, Brendan.
Wouldn't it be funny if after watching a dog shit fucking horror movie starring everyone's favorite childhood hero, Winnie the Pooh, you know what would be better is if we watched the fucking sequel.
They made a sequel?
You know they did, and can I tell you, yeah. What the fuck are we even doing here? I hate this. The listeners are the problem here. Honestly, like, come on, man. Christian, why did we have to do this? Why did we have to be here again?
I don't know, buddy, but we're here now, so let's make the best of it.
I don't know if I've got an hour of this in me. I don't know. I really don't. I'm gonna be fucking for real right now.
Well, I say we get right into it so that we can get all the juicy details out of you, because I'm so eager to hear your discussion on this.
Yeah, okay. You know, let's do the fucking summary. Jesus Christ. It's time for Public Domain Expansion Round 2, baby. We got renewed for a second season, and by renewed, I mean paid to watch the sequel to a previously watched movie. So now I'm here to give you some more of my incredible public domain content ideas. Last time we made it into anime, but this time we're going to be messing with the formula a bit and just spitballing ideas here. Starting off, I recently learned that Popeye is free use now, so you already know I'm looking for programmers for the next big beat 'em up of a video game experience. To make it even better, I'm going to keep adding DLC for other publicly available characters and franchises, and Popeye is going to go through their worlds and slay them all God of War style. With that in the bag, I'll then move on to my second big enterprise, a song called Puttin' on the Ritz by one Irving Berlin. The goal here is to stretch the lyrics of this one song into a whole musical performance tailored entirely to Gen Z. I'll call it Puttin' on the Riz, and it'll be my greatest creation until the next thing I make, which will become the new greatest creation. Speaking of Riz, Pooh looking good in this one, so let's roll right into the summary. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 is yet another slasher film brought to you by the mind of Rise Frake Waterfield and his merry band of money grabbers. We center ourselves this time more on Christopher Robin and his return to normal life in Ashtown. He is frequently ridiculed and called a murderer, as nobody believes the slaughter that took place last movie was the work of human-animal hybrid monsters, except for a select few people who try to hunt them down in his name. Pooh, meanwhile, gathers Tigger and Owl up from the depths of the 100-acre woods, and at Owl's suggestion, launches a full assault on the town in a desperate bid for survival. In between the brutal murders, we get some actual plot as to how Pooh and Co. exist in the first place, as well as the major players involved in their creation. Turns out, the inhabitants of the woods were once children of the town who had been changed to do highly illegal and unethical experimentation by the local scientist freak, Dr. Arthur Gallup. Now, Christopher must wrestle with the fact that his kidnapped brother is actually the rampaging Pooh, while he tries to say the ones he loves most. Will he succeed? Or will the sun rise on Ashtown with no one left to see it? All right, thank God I'm done with that. All right, Christian, what the fuck?
Hey,
what are we doing
buddy,
here?
We are here to discuss Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 because we were made to.
We were made to. Okay, so listeners, we need to have a fucking chat. Why am I here right now? Why did you do this to us for the second fucking time? Dude, what part of the last time we watched this movie made you really think, nah, he's gonna like the second one for sure? Like that, they're gonna like it. No problem whatsoever. All right, Christian. Yes. I don't want to cut you off, take too much of your time. I'm so ready to hear your opinion. First of all, we need to like express something.
Go on.
This movie, by several metrics, supposedly in the grapevine is hailed as a better movie than the first one. Okay, so let's get that out. So in a vacuum, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm on board to watch it. All right, I'm gonna say this: this movie is better than the first one.
Whoa!
But you know why? Because they just retconned everything in the first one and started over again.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. That is exactly what they did. Not only they retconned it into a movie within the movie.
They literally, this movie, make no mistake, this movie should not be called Blood and Honey 2. It should be called Winnie the Pooh, the real start, the real slasher start. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was a horrible slasher flick, but at least it knew what it was, and I can't give it too many more faults than that. This movie was like, all right, we understand that we made a dog shit film, and we also realize that we can't adapt it in any meaningful way. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to restart. But we don't want to lose new people, so we're just going to tack on a number 2 on top of it. And then we're going to reference the movie with some little kid who's being Jason Voorhees in his living room with fucking the stupid Freddy Krueger claws. He goes, "Ooh, isn't this movie based on Christopher Robin's life? Your friend Christopher Robin?" And then she's like, "Yeah, but it's all a lie. None of this happened." And it's just basically just saying like, "Oh, okay, so a massacre happened, but you get to decide what is and is not canon without actually telling me what is or is not canon." Also, at one point in time, there was the bit where, they stopped talking because, they were abandoned by Christopher Robin, so they chose to become more animalistic. All that's thrown out the fucking door. To be honest, Christian, I don't know why any of these creatures want to kill anybody at all. They're clearly people. All right, I'm getting. I don't know about
this clearly business. They're humanoid, but they are definitely
very
animal.
Clearly, they very clearly have like a working brain because they cannot stop talking. In this movie, Owl is like, I don't even know. He's the Wicker Man in form. I don't even know how to describe. They don't shut up. So they have enough mental fortitude, enough frontal lobe to have in-depth, like meaningful, menacing conversation in passing as they're murdering people, but absolutely none of the, I guess, justification from the animalistic side. In the first one, I sort of got it, right? They decided to become more animals, so now they want to kill people. So, whatever. Loose, I get it. This movie, you expect me to believe that they maintain enough intelligence to very accurately understand exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it, but they don't have any motive. I can't wrap my head around it, other than just them deciding to be like, oh, I want to be assholes.
Their animal genes are taking over now. They're in too deep on the animalistic nature, and now they've got a bloodthirst.
There's nothing about an animal gene that thirsts for blood. The animal gene just wants survival.
They yearn
this is
for
not
murder.
This is nonsense. Christian, I hate this. I hate this movie. This movie has a slightly better through line, and that's all it has. Everything else about this film, patooey. I cannot believe they made a second one. I cannot wait to never see any more of these.
Oh, don't say that.
That's my spiel.
Don't say that last line. That's an awful thing for you to say, because there are 10 other movies in this franchise that'll exist eventually.
Do any of the other ones even exist yet?
Yes, the Peter Pan one came out earlier this year.
Oh, fucking boy.
And one of the other ones comes out in like a month.
Buddy, I don't know what more I have to say other than this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. You guys are not cooking. You guys are just making bad fucking movies and then like trying to, skirt around like one gimmick as like the only saving grace in this entire franchise. I can't keep talking about it. Christian, how was your experience with this movie?
Oh, my experience with this movie was that it was terrible, quite frankly, and
okay.
I think that largely there were a few more things that amused me, but on the whole, this movie still sucks and is almost no better than the first one. Here's a list of things they did a bit better than the first one. hey,
here's a list of things that I hated less.
Yeah, here's a list of things that I hated less because it's going to be far shorter and easier to talk about. They upgraded their prosthetics for the monsters. So which
I actually, can I cut you off already? I actually kind of hated. I liked the gimmickiness of the old costumes, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought the other ones were way funnier. I think they added like a level of like dichotomy to the situation that was just really fucking fun. But in this movie, with them having better prosthetics and looking more like animals, I'm like, well, what the fuck? You took so much fun out of it all of a sudden. All right, anyway, continue.
Yeah, they took the whimsy out of your childhood slasher film.
Listen, I hate the movie regardless. I'm just saying that at least the other Pooh looked funny.
Other Pooh did look funny. Although, from what I remember, Piglet looks almost exactly the same. I don't remember what Piglet looked like specifically, and nor was I willing to go back and look, but in my head, they look about the same. But either way, it doesn't even matter because Piglet's written out of the movie in the first 15 minutes or whatever. So who cares at the end of the day? So they upgraded their prosthetics. And for most people, this is a plus, unless you're Brendan and kind of myself. The goofy look of Pooh was especially like the little robot mouth that they had for the mask or whatever was dumb and stupid. But because they're trying to take themselves more seriously now, they upgrade all of the prosthetics and they make them look more menacing and so on, whatever. Like Brendan already said, they have they attempt to throw a little bit more plot in there by giving Christopher Robin trauma, and then B, erasing the entire reasoning behind the first movie and replacing it with this genetic modification thing that we've seen about 30,000 times in movies and media in general. So that was kind of a double-edged sword where they added plot, or one side they added plot to it, but B, I think they made the plot worse by watered it down. This thing.
I feel like they watered down the plot. Like, is it a better plot? Yes, because it actually has like I'll just say a through line again. It has a through line. It like actually has interconnected variables. But also, it's the exact plot I thought the first one was going to have originally, if I'm going to be perfectly fucking honest with you.
Yeah. But I mean, I like the first plot better, where Christopher Robin just hung out with these animals in the woods and they felt betrayed. That was a more motivating set of circumstances for them to be murderers now, I guess, because they then resorted to cannibalism and blamed Christopher Robin for all of their troubles. So like that's more interesting than the same genetic experiment gone wrong idea that we've got. And now also, it just feels like their excuse to give them fucking Wolverine powers of regeneration, and that's bullshit. So
yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
They're just using this to give them a reason to make these things even more unkillable. But now I feel like we're just taking the menace away from these things, or the suspense, because now it's like, now we have to go to Jason Voorhees level of shenaniganery to fucking deal with them, like it feels like we're gonna have to send them into space in order to be done with them, or we're gonna come up with some nonsense ass reason as to what their kryptonite is, a la Jason being afraid of water. So like, we're gonna show Pooh back to the grave that he originally dug himself out of, like in this movie where he freezes up because he recognizes where they are, and then Christopher Robin gets to split his head open with an axe that can stretch like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I can.
That fucking that axe scene blew me away because of how bad it was, dude.
I wasn't paying enough attention to really criticize it in any meaningful capacity.
Oh, it was absurd. He was standing a full 10 feet away, swings the axe, and then it just whoom, and then hits Pooh in the dome and cracks his skull open.
Dome ski.
Yeah.
Can I say cinema was when he was like, oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that actually was cinema, though.
They had to do something. I'll to continue my list in terms of cinema kills too. I think the best kill in the movie was the beginning of the rave scene where Pooh throws the bear trap at the woman's head, rips her skull off of her body, and then pitches it to himself and bats it and explodes everywhere.
Yeah.
That was easily
That
the
was
best
pretty
kill in the
good.
entire movie. I laughed my ass off at that.
That was pretty good.
So that goes on the list of other things that they did well in the movie. But yes, and really that's where the buck ends, dude. Like everything else in this movie sucks. They got a new Christopher Robin because the first guy they had in the first movie didn't want to do this shit anymore. And
is that really what happened?
no, I have no idea. I couldn't find anything.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find anything about it. That's my own headcanon. I couldn't find any reason why that dude didn't come back, but he didn't come back. And the guy that got to replace him sucks too. So really what's the difference? What did we change here? I don't think anyone else in this movie was involved in the first movie, but I wasn't about to go back and look. Could I have looked at the Wikipedia for crossover names? Yeah, sure. But did I care? No.
I mean, I don't think anyone did crossover anyway. Can I just say, like, that was already like big whiplash #1. I'm going into this movie thinking that it's a genuine sequel, and they actually pitch it at the beginning of the movie that it is a genuine sequel.
Yeah.
They don't mention that like they're retconning the vast majority of the content from the first movie. They just say that like after Christopher Robin got away, like nobody really treated, like they were all like, oh, that's kind of weird. You know, you were the only one to come out of the forest. We never found like these animal creatures. How do we know that you didn't kill them? And like he's ostracized for it. Then like the new animatic, there's a new animatic in this one, by the way.
How'd you like that?
Explains that like Pooh decided to seek out some of the others or whatever. Some of the old crew, so to speak. They only meet up with Tigger and Owl, unfortunately, so they don't even meet up with the rest of them. But I like how every movie they just like add a couple more of the fucking animal people.
Oh boy, buddy, have I got news for you for future films?
Oh boy, here we fucking go. Every couple of movies they add a couple of animals or whatever. Up to we got a hard number in this set of episodes, or not a set of eepisodes in this movie. God, it's too much. My brain's mush.
Wrong show.
In this movie, we got a confirmation that there are 7 animals, which leads me to believe that they're counting all of the main ones but Rue. So they're counting Kanga, the mom, but not Rue. So for all I fucking know, maybe like his little fucking sister is going to end up becoming Rue in a future movie or something like that. I can already see this shit fucking playing out. I've already got my fucking Charlie Day blackboard at the ready. I'm never going to fucking watch these movies, but I already know what's going to happen.
Well, anyway. I can dissuade that one for you specifically. Kanga and Rue are slated for future movies.
Then how so what, did they just like not include Rabbit at all? Or Eeyore?
So according to my sources, the third iteration of this movie will include Kanga, Rue, Heffalumps, and who is an elephant, and Woozles, who I don't remember who that is. I think Woozles is a weasel creature.
Well, then wait a minute. So there's more than 7 then, because there's already 4 in this movie.
Somebody gotta die. For real. Did they mention specifically 7?
He said 7 kids.
7. Oh, right. Yeah, 7 were stolen. So maybe my guess there for you, Brendan, would be that maybe one of them was ripped in 2 and turned into Kanga and Rue.
Oh my fucking God. So he just never made Rabbit Eeyore at all. Like we just skip Rabbit and Eeyore. That can't be right. I bet you
Eeyore's big dead, brother.
Well, no. But
hold
on.
Okay, well,
no, I know what you're gonna say. He was eaten in the first movie.
Yes.
But in this movie,
I know
they retcon the whole first movie.
Look, dude. They retcon it, but they don't. They don't fully commit to this whole retconning thing because of the.
This is what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
If either Eeyore was one of the original 7 and he got 8 by the others, which I believe. But then that means there's only 6 anthropomorphic animals that are ready to come into this franchise, and you just gave me a total of 8.
I agree with you.
2 are unaccounted for.
There is an imbalance here in what is being said and who is included here. Yes, I agree with you that it seems out of place. Well, I've given you 8. We have the 4 that are alive, the 4 that I mentioned, and then you can throw Eeyore on top of that for a total of 9. So yes, we're at a total of 2 unaccounted for, and we don't know why. We've also, if I may, am I adding on top of that, we get visuals later of a rabid rabbit animal. And obviously the very on the nose idea here is that Christopher Robin's sister wants to go by Bunny the entire time. So it's not a far stretch to imagine that maybe something's going to happen to her in the future, making 10 total. Now, Bunny is obviously accounted for in that already, but so the 2, I have no idea what to tell you, Brendan. All other than, again, they seem to, they want to retcon, but only did it like half so, because of this whole idea where Christopher Robin is, there's like this whole narrative thing at the beginning where like literally a narrator comes over and is like, oh, Christopher Robin did indeed used to hang out with the animals in the forest when he was younger, but his little tiny kid brain erased the part where
did he know,
where they were ripping apart other animals in the forest and eating them, and he just kind of shut it all out because his tiny brain didn't understand what was happening, and so he just made it la-di-da and everything's okay. But also these were all experiments. So like, and then there's the whole plot point of the movie that's made in universe, which is called Honey and Blood. They couldn't even be original there, but I mean, you know, what else? What are you gonna do? They're taking themselves seriously, but also not. So they uses scenes from the movie that they previously made, and it basically just in universe says that that Honey and Blood is an adaptation of the events as reported in the universe about the massacre. Yes. So it's like a 3/4 retcon where they wanted to do some stuff and then stuff like this, with the number of human animal hybrids being somewhat forgotten, unless Heffalumps and Woozles are just going to be some other kids. Like, I guess in theory here, the 7 that were taken in that one incident don't necessarily have to be all of the kids that were taken. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably the easiest way for them to get out of this.
Yeah.
So
I guess
I can't tell you what crazy nonsense shit that Wakefield is going to cook up for this, but he's got some fairly easy outs, I think, in terms of what's going to happen. And honestly, Brendan, I wouldn't be surprised for the amount of screen time, I guess, that is dedicated to explaining the whole shebang with the janitor and all of that, and how many times that doctor's name is mentioned. That fucker's probably not even dead. So,
well, but didn't the janitor say that he shot him though?
Sure he did. But but you know what all of those monsters have, Brendan? Regenerative powers. So who's to say the doctor didn't fuck with himself?
Yeah, that's true.
Who the hell knows? And people have survived gunshots to the head anyway in other scenarios in real life. So I'm gonna use my Marvel brain for a minute right now, because I know this motherfucker is trying to come up with the TCU out here. Correct.
I think the zombie traits that he's given the Winnie the Pooh characters here, I couldn't help but notice that there was a snippet in the in-universe newspaper as he was scanning through like articles online and shit like that about like a zombie deer, like
that's right,
illness or something like that. Brother, I guarantee you that's gonna be fucking Bambi shit right there. That's the Bambi shit.
That is most certainly Bambi shit right there.
Oh god, I hate this. I really do. This motherfucker can't get away with this.
Rest assured, you can find out for yourself July 25th when Bambi the Reckoning comes out in theaters here in the United States.
I hate it, dude. July 25th, in fact.
July 25th, about 3 weeks from the time of this recording, more or less.
I hate everything.
So
I hate everybody.
You can check out for yourself very soon. But you might want to watch Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. That came out in February 1st. So who knows what kind of Easter eggs were involved in that we're missing.
I will not. I'm just going to tell you right now, I will not. I have no intention.
I don't know, man. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare got even better ratings than Pooh 2. They've been trending upwards.
You anything that like fucking breathed could get a better rating than Pooh 2. All right? Like what even happened here? So bland, generic. just all. I mean, the only saving grace is like that. Some of the kills were fun again, but like who likes this? I just want to know, like, who watches this and goes like, man, I can't wait to see the next one. Those are the people I want to meet.
I don't know, man. A lot of people who crossed over between Winnie the Pooh and enjoying shitty slasher films. That's who.
Just like it's you know who recommended this?
Oh, I think you know.
What was it the same as the first one?
It certainly was.
Okay, Ren, we gotta have a chat. Did you only do this for the meme? Is that the only reason we're watching this right now?
Yeah, I can almost guarantee you it's because she enjoys torturing us. So
okay. All right, let's focus on good. Focus on positive.
Yeah. Let's bring it down a notch.
The movie ended once.
The movie did end eventually, yeah. Yeah.
The movie eventually ended.
Mm-hmm.
That's a positive.
That is a positive.
I'm struggling. You got anything? Give me your list again. Do you have any other bullet points on there we can sink our teeth into?
I definitely finished the list of good things. That list is long done. Here's what I can offer you. I can offer you a very short summary of the Easter eggs that in this movie that I caught / investigated. Now, when I looked into this movie and what it might mean in regards to the larger TCU, which I don't know if we've specifically said the entire thing, but the TCU is Waterfield's attempt at what he calls the Twisted Childhood universe, where he's going to take all of these public domain characters and make them into horror icons and then throw them into a very Avengers style movie at the end of all of this. And then he'll start phase 2. We'll get into the TCU a little bit later when I torture Brendan with more details, but for now, I scoured the movie and the internet at large for anything that might point to future films in this series. So, and unfortunately, I did not come up with very many, even though Waterfield said
why are you
that
saying
these
unfortunately?
Movies. Well, because I want to come in here with fun facts. Like somebody out there might come here looking for fun facts about their favorite movie. You know, like I want to be here for those people. But like I said, I can't be that in the entirety that I wished to. Unfortunately, I have a mere couple, and I'm kind of surprised. Like even just Googling list of Easter eggs, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 comes up with very, very little. So anyway. One is a bit in your face. Brendan already mentioned it. Is the zombie deer outbreak. Seems to point directly to the upcoming Bambi movie. There's also, just before this, Christopher Robin uses a search engine called Milne, which, Brendan, do you know what this is?
Milne? No, I got nothing.
Milne is the name of the original Winnie the Pooh's book author. The last name specifically. A. Milne was the author. Alan Alexander Milne. The only other Easter egg that I have that I actually got confirmation from the Wikipedia on is about his hypnotherapist, actually, surprisingly enough. Is someone to note. Her name is Maria Darling. Do you have any idea who Maria Darling might be?
The wife of Dr. Darling in the Control franchise, the hit video game made
he
by...
nails it in one, guys.
Really?
Give it up for... No. She is...
Dude, you had me for a second. I thought I was going to mess with your head.
That would have been incredible.
Oh man, dude, what if they got the go ahead from whatever fucking company makes those games? I forget what their name is.
That's your Alan Wake friends, buddy.
That's correct. I know. I just can't remember their names off the top of my head for some reason.
That would be Remedy. Almost made me forget
That's
it for a second.
Right.
That my friend Maria Darling, she is the mother of Wendy from Peter Pan. So she will likely be making a future appearance in the sure to be a hit movie Peter Pan's Never-Ending Nightmare. So that'll Neverland Nightmare, excuse me.
Never land nightmare. Yeah, not never ending nightmare, because every nightmare's got to end eventually, Christian.
Sure. That's my list of Easter eggs for you. My fun, interactive, exploratory Easter eggs. How do you feel so far, Brendan?
I hate it. I hate this. I hate being here. I hate watching this fucking dog shit. You know, I really did like have a little bit of hope when the animatic. You know what, Christian? They got me again. It was the animatic at the beginning of the movie that like set the tone, and it like set the tone, and I'm like, okay, all right, you got me. I'm back again. And then they started killing the girls in the RV at the beginning of the movie, and I'm like, you know. They got to introduce the new animals. I get it. That's fine. I'm still invested. I like dumb slasher shit. Then I had to slowly piece together how much they retconned, and by that point, I was just like, what's even the point, guys? Why am I here? Why call it Blood and Honey 2 if it's not really a sequel? It's just like a spiritual successor, fuckers.
Yeah, it's a spiritual successor. 1 year later, they couldn't stand to let their awful movie exist for long enough to and go unretconned. You know, you mentioned too the opening scene is these 3 women getting massacred in their RV as they just chill out in the 100-acre woods, and I was very worried that we were just gonna get another slasher film where these animals kill like 99% helpless women, because that was the plot of the first movie, was just this girls night out of the 6 them or whatever, and they're all murdered, with little exception. I don't even remember if a man makes an appearance. Were there cops that show up at one point? I don't fucking remember.
I know there was like a cop or like a truck drivers. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah. There's like one dude. Oh no, there's like the group of guys, right?
There's
that
the
like
gang
roll
of
up
guys
at
at
one
the very
point.
end,
Yeah, I guess that's true. But anyway, so that I was worried, and then I was unworried, and then I was very worried, because then we get to something like the rave scene where it's about 85% women and there's 100 of them there. So, you know, take that for what you will, but they really just used it as an excuse to put boobs on your screen.
Titties on screen.
Again.
Yeah. I think this movie has a lot less fan like the first one is like driven by its fan service. This movie, like, at least it just so happens to have titties in it. Like I can get behind that from time to time.
Did it have to just so happen though? Like it could have been anything.
No, obviously
right?
not. But like the first one, I remember like what was the one scene where there was just like a woman like bathing in the hot tub or something like that with like either her top off or just like in a very scantily like bathing suit, and we just had like a 60-second period of time with like just her in frame, and I'm like, what is the point, guys? What am I doing here?
Yeah,
why am I watching this?
Yeah, that was the one where she's just in the hot tub taking photos for Instagram, and then Pooh shows up in the background. But I'll tell you what you're maybe, I don't know if you're forgetting or maybe you're conflating both of them. There's the scene in like the fucking abandoned barn or whatever where Pooh grabs the woman and just for some reason happens to tear her shirt off in the same moment and then throws her into a grinder.
I think this movie doesn't have that scene. That scene does not exist here. Just a bunch of people at a rave who do look scantily clothed, but also being hunted like normally, which I can get behind.
That's like
an average, like a normal amount of fan service for me.
I mean, there's way more titties in this movie than the first one.
I don't know if I even know if I agree with that. I don't think there's like, well,
there were exposed nipples in this movie, which, you know, it's like it. Look, people like that stuff. Exposed tits. That's up to you. Was it necessary? No, of course not. But they did it. So,
no, it wasn't.
No, like
in my head, I keep feeling like it's more justifiable in this movie than it was in the first one. But you know, I don't think that's a hill I want to die on.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna now move past that part just because it doesn't need more talking about. How'd you like the one extra scene in the fake movie where Pooh went, "It's pooing time," and then he pooed all over the place. Did you like that? Was that a fun reference for you?
Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
Was
What
that-
is what
did
is
you
what is
enjoy
wrong
that?
with you?
That was good, right?
Christian, what are you talking about? What are you saying to me?
Wait, do you seriously do you don't remember this? Oh, so
No, you're fucking with my head. You're fucking in with my head.
No, dude, I swear to I can't believe it. I thought we were gonna have a laugh over this, but you really don't even remember. You like blacked out and didn't even
Apparently,
register
let me
this.
see.
The in the scene where the kid is watching the movie, he's watching the movie, and then like the baby Lexi, I think it was her name, Christopher Robin's friend, who is the babysitter, chases him away up the stairs, and then goes back to looking at the movie, or the movie's still on in the background. And then Pooh looks into the camera and goes, "It's pooing time."
No, that didn't happen.
I promise you it happened, dude. It's that line is really out there. And boy, the people on Letterboxd fucking ate that shit up. They loved it.
Hold on. Let me just backtrack to my movie here for a sec. That'd be a really easy scene to find. Somewhere in here?
It certainly is, and I've found a YouTube short for it.
Oh, just send me the short then.
Yes.
This will be a lot faster.
I've got a link for you. Don't you worry, buddy. It's in the podcast
Sorry,
channel.
listeners, I'm gonna have to enlighten myself to some whatever the fuck I have to enlighten myself to with these.
Yeah. So I mean, ignore the person actually watching and just like listen to the movie. It was astonishing, and I could not believe. This is like the only other time in the movie I laughed.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I did block this out of my memory, but now you've reminded me. Okay, so I completely blocked out "It's Pooh and Time." That completely over my head. I did not understand what he said in the slightest. What I did remember thinking in the moment was like, why does he have lightning around him? Isn't this the scene in the movie where he's got like a bunch of bees that are trying to like fly at people or whatever? What, did they change to lightning? I don't remember that at all. But now that you explain that was the second he said "It's pooing time." Oh, yeah. No, I just walked away from that.
Yeah.
Brother, my brain was turned off. There was like no way that I was going to give this movie the attention that it was requesting of me.
Man, why did we get any more of the fucking bee controller Pooh though? Like, real talk.
Because it was retconned.
Why couldn't we get more of that? I want magic Pooh. I don't want fucking science experiment Pooh.
Listen, the science experiment Pooh is the Pooh that you have at home now.
I don't fucking
You're never getting magic Pooh again. You're never getting him back.
I want magic beekeeper Pooh, dude.
It ain't gonna happen. He's gone. He will never return to you at any capacity.
Fuck.
This is the only Pooh you get. Also, I just so happened to be on my streaming site for movies, and I saw a movie poster that just said Piglet, and I didn't know that was a thing. Great. Wait, awesome.
I don't know what this is either. What are you talking about?
Well, I just looked it up. I saw Piglet. It looks like a piglet that looks like a murderer. So I don't know. It looks like a movie.
I don't know.
It came out in 2025.
Oh my god, yeah, I see this. Is this Piglet from? I don't know if this is.
Wait, no, it's its own thing.
This is. It's oh yeah, this is entirely different from the TCU, man. This is somebody else's shit.
Oh my god. Why are people trying to do this? Why?
I don't know.
I hate it, man. I really do. Oh, here, movies you might like if you like Piglet. Brazil.
No way, dude. Oh, this is the worst. I'm looking at IMDb now for these to look up Piglet, and then I scroll down to the more like this section, and boy, some of these look like ass. We got Mouse of Horrors for Mickey Mouse. We got Popeye the Slayer Man. As well as Popeye's Revenge. We got a different Piglet. The same name. It's just Piglet.
Just Piglet. Yep.
Screamboat for Steamboat Willie. We got Piglet Rising, which I don't know if this is in the same universe or not. It doesn't seem to be. It's 2024. And then I think
honestly crazy. To me,
I think that's more or less where the like public domain series of things ends on this list that they've given me, but damn, that's funny. 2 different Popeye horror movies, Excellent.
3 Piglet movies.
3 Piglet movies. Fuck this world, man. So anyway, what's your thought about Christopher Robin's mom letting their like 8-year-old load the dishwasher all the time?
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that.
Oh, I think it's fucking lunacy because she keeps the first time Bunny loads the dishwasher up with knives pointing upwards. I'm never letting her go within 20 feet of it again. What are we talking about? That was asking for trouble. With or without Pooh shoving her face into them at the end or in the last third of the movie. Like your like 10-year-old daughter is loading the dishwasher knives up and you just don't do anything about it. What do you mean?
I don't know, man. I feel like I load my dishwasher knife up once in a while.
Knives
every so
up?
often.
You're crazy.
I feel like I do. I'm not going to say I'm smart. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've done it. This isn't the hot take I think I expected from you.
I don't even own a dishwasher, and that sounds crazy.
I don't know, man. I feel like I load the dishwasher knife up once in a while, like every so often.
Like prick your finger or cut it open.
Well, now that I see this movie, I think about it more like, what if I like tripped and fell on my dishwasher, and the next thing you know,
that's exactly what I'm saying,
I'm
man. That's where my head's at.
All right, well, shit. Maybe I won't fucking won't load my dishwasher knife.
I was also slightly surprised that the movie even killed his parents in the first place. I'll be honest.
I mean, I was a little surprised, and then I was just kind of like, I was numb to most of this movie, so.
Yeah, and then they do this whole thing where Pooh steals the sister Bunny and just nothing becomes of it.
Absolutely zero plot element necessity whatsoever. Like literally zero relevance. She just shows back up at the end after, Christopher Robin axes Pooh into the head.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I'm back, brother. Hi." And like, "Oh, okay. All right, fair enough."
Yeah. And we're just like left to wonder. It almost feels like, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's worth speculating. Clearly there's going to be something else that goes on with Bunny at some point in the future, but I just don't know. I don't know what it is.
It is odd that they just like forcibly gave Christopher Robin 2 siblings in this movie, by the way. Did we even mention that, by the way? Oh yeah, Pooh is his brother that got turned into a chimera. That was the bit. that was the gag in this movie. Anyway, moving on. They gave Christopher Robin 2 siblings. One that became Pooh, and then the other one that is this bunny girl, which her real name was like Ellen or Elle or something like that. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but she's like, "I only want to become Bunny," and I'm like, "Well, why?" I was trying to I actually looked this up beforehand just to see if there was any relevance to mainline Winnie the Pooh, these 2 characters. And I'm just like, no, they're all just completely made up motherfuckers for this one fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
We gotta make Pooh more endearing. We gotta make the audience care more, make him feel like he's a suffering character. And I'm like, brothers, it was way better when you just made him a weird, freaky guy.
Yeah. It was way better when their motivation was just, we've been abandoned and also had to eat our friend.
I am sad that they probably got rid of the plot element where they ate their friend. I dislike this whole franchise so much more now.
Yeah. They almost reference it with Owl because they're talking about how winter is coming soon and they have to, they could sit and try and survive the winter again, and then Owl goes, "You remember how that ended last time." And so you're supposed to be like, okay, I guess Eeyore getting cannibalized is still canon, but also we don't know. So
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't bet that in the slightest. It would not surprise me if Eeyore is just hanging out in some other fucking tree somewhere.
Yeah. I just so it's out there, I'm gonna lightly gloss the kidnapping plot with Christopher Robin. So he starts undergoing hypnotherapy for his trauma, right, and trying to remember stuff from his childhood because he has his brother that we're just now learning about. And slowly he starts to remember this whole thing where it was the one of their birthday parties of, I don't know if it was one of theirs or somebody else's, but there's this big birthday party. The janitor in the hospital that Christopher works at, very non-sketchily, is constantly looking at him. And so finally Chris recalls that he is the one who stole the kids, follows him home, this guy unloads all of his
Whoa.
backstory into Chris. Is like, oh yeah, I had a gambling debt. This doctor guy needed kids. He knows people that's gonna kill
Dr.
me.
Golub.
Yeah, Dr. Arthur, it's fucking something or other, whatever his name was.
I believe it was Golub.
Golub. That sounds almost
Galib
right.
or something like that.
Yeah. So Dr. Gallup like a horse, and
I mean, that's what it was.
So he delivers the kids to the doctor. The doctor turns them into these animal hybrids. Bada bing, bada boom. We have the new plot of this franchise. So, and then the janitor kills himself because we needed more.
The janitor
gore.
does kill himself. Yeah, we needed that in this to really like. Can I say too? I felt a little bit uncomfortable in the first movie. Or like I had like a reaction to things that was happening on screen, like with the girl not shooting poo in the fucking head when she had the chance on the top of the stairs. This movie, I was just kind of like, I was along for the ride. That was it. I'm just like, yep, yeah, it's his brother. He's a chimera.
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
I get it.
Immediately.
Nope. And they're zombies. Like, oh, we're just changing the rules. We completely changed the plot. Got it. Understood. All right. Well, I will be a participant in the rest of this film. I don't know, man. I'm done. I have said everything I need to say about this movie. It's bad. It's bad. It should feel bad. The guy who keeps making these movies, he sucks. I hope he goes broke, finds poverty, and that he gets no further wins for the remainder of his career. I hate them. I really do. They're bad. Yeah, they're just bad movies.
I can guarantee you they will continue to make money because they make these movies for next to no money. So
it's mind-boggling. It really is. Have you seen the poster for this movie, by the way, Christian?
I've seen a couple of different posters, actually. Which one are you looking at?
Okay, I just want to post it. This one is really funny to me because it features one of the women that dies in the beginning of the movie. No, sorry, it's for ants, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But one of the women that dies at the beginning of the movie at the bottom of the poster.
Yeah.
And she's just got like wiggly arms because Pooh snaps both of them as he's about ready to put her head in a bear trap.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that shit was really funny.
Yeah. It's also is that the woman next to the flaming chainsaw, is that just Lexi, his like childhood, or not childhood, his friend in this movie?
I think that's just Lexi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've got Lexi, Christopher Robin in the bottom left. I don't know.
I assume Bunny's
is
supposed to be
General
next to
Akbar
him.
in the far left?
No, I think that's supposed to be Bunny, but from behind, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't fucking know.
Looks like General Akbar from here.
It does kind of look like for this poster for ants you've given me. Yeah, it looks a little like Admiral Akbar. There's the black woman who's hosting the rave in the top there. I don't remember her name.
You got everybody in this fucking poster.
Yeah. So anyway, the only thing I feel obligated to do for the listeners and obviously you here is give you an update on the TCU as a whole, Brendan. So as of last time, there was a whole slate. You may remember that this is all leading to a Avengers style team up here once a couple more movies come out. So Bambi the Reckoning is coming out in July, and then Pinocchio Unstrung is supposed to come out at some point towards the end of this year. And then we're supposed to get Pooniverse Monsters Assemble, which may happen at the end of this year or sometime at the beginning of next. So and then there were a couple of other titles that didn't have dates attached to them yet. Blood and Honey 3, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White Returns. Those were the other ones that were slated but don't have release dates, and those continue to still not have release dates. However, in January 2025, Scott Chambers, who is one of the people working on the film, I believe he was one of the stars of the movie. I think he's Christopher Robin, if I remember. Or a producer, whatever it was, whoever the fuck this guy is, and came out and mentioned that there are 4 more movies that they've added to the slate. So,
oh boy,
at some point we will also be receiving Alice the Mad, which, as you might imagine, is an Alice in Wonderland version. The Mad Hatter will be making an appearance in the Pooniverse movie, so there will be precedent for him in the first place. So that'll happen. Tigger, for some reason, is getting his own standalone movie. So
Great.
look forward to Tigger backstory.
I need more anthropomorphic tigers calling his murder victims bitch over and over and over and over and over and over again.
So obscene. I couldn't fucking stand it. Yeah, just so highly
I need
unnecessary.
motivation, man. You can't just have them be there. Like, I don't understand why they're assholes anymore. Before I got it because they went crazy. They're not crazy. They're just part animal.
They just were submitted to all of these horrible experiments and then killed and then reanimated because of their regeneration powers. Like, I can see a little bit of why they're
part
angry.
Of his animal instinct wants to call everyone a bitch, or is that just like the only word he knows?
The animal instinct, that's not animal instinct. That's just he learned his first words and that was it. You know. I mean, look, animal instincts or not. If I got tortured relentlessly for years in these experiments, and then I was killed, but then came back to life because I had regenerative powers, I think I'd probably be a little bit of an asshole too.
I could understand if they had like a screw loose, but they gave him so much purpose as a murderer and like so much like wherewithal and like understanding of like where he is and what he's doing. He's not like a crazy lunatic that doesn't like know why he hunts. He's just an asshole. Why is he just an asshole? I need more.
Nah, you don't need more. That's all you need.
Fucking God.
Following up Tigger's standalone movie, or at some point, there will also be a Mary Poppins film. Mary Poppins is going to make her way into the TCU, baby. And then
I hate it here.
There will be a eventual sequel to the Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare movie. So
they're already planning a sequel?
Oh yeah, they are, buddy. Look, they turned over fucking Pooh in a year. Of course, they're planning on expanding Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare.
This is just bad. I fucking hope with all my heart that these people fail. I hope the next one just totally fucking flops. They are Icarus. They have flown far too close to the sun. They do not deserve any goodwill, charity. I'm done. I'm over it. You guys make bad fucking things.
There's like I also hate this. These movies are always going to consistently be bad. I am under no convictions that these will ever be good. However, there's like a tiny piece of me that morbidly wants them to make it to at least the Avengers movie and just see what the fuck that looks like. And then they can all go to hell for after that.
All right. Well, thank you for enlightening me, Christian. Can we stop getting more fucking not fun facts about this franchise, the TCU now?
That is it. We can be done with the fun facts and we can move on to the ending, the closing bits here.
Yes, I am so fucking ready to ask you this question. Christian, what do you think the budget of this movie was? For context, it was $100,000 for the original Pooh. Excuse me.
Nice.
Yeah, no, sorry, that's this Freudian slip there.
I think we talked about loosely the second movie when we reviewed the first movie, and then I want to say the budget came up in that because we were like so desperately hoping we wouldn't end up in the situation we are now. I feel like I vaguely remember the budget being like 5 to 10 times more than the original movie budget, whatever that was. Or excuse me, it was which was $100,000. So I'm just gonna go on the high end and say that it was like 10 times, and they were given around $1 million for this.
Is that your final answer, Christian?
That's going to be my final answer.
You think that they managed to find several investors to round themselves up to $100 million? I'm sorry, $1 million for this fucking flick. You think they found enough?
I don't even think they needed to find it. They made like $7 or $8 million on the first movie. That easily could have just been funneled back into the next one.
All right, Christian. Well, I can unhappily tell you the budget of this movie was in fact $500,000.
Okay. So 5 times. Got it.
5 times the original budget. But more importantly, Christian, what did it make? And can I tell you, I bet you know, it made fucking money.
I do know that it made money. It's kind of hard to not on a budget of 500K.
Do you want to know what the last one made, or is that going to make it too easy for you?
Didn't the last one make like 7 or 8 mil?
Yeah, it made 7.7 million.
Yeah. This movie probably made some similar number, so I'm just gonna say I'll round up from the first movie and go 8 mil.
8 million for this one stupid ass film. Is that your final answer,
That's gonna
Christian?
be my final answer, Brendan.
Well, you're fucking wrong. It was 7.6. It actually lost $100,000. Thank fucking Christ.
God.
Maybe if we're fortunate enough, Christian, it'll just fucking plateau and then fall off a cliff. And they'll only make like $1 million in the future. That's my hope. That's my prey. Absolute idiots. What are they doing with these fucking things? All right, Christian, that's my bit.
All righty, Brendan. I have 5 reviews here for you, and we're gonna get through these lickety split. Don't you worry.
Okay, thanks.
So the first of them goes as follows. As someone who hated the first, this was a vast improvement. Love the upgraded designs of Winnie and his friends. Them leaning into the absurd and being more self-aware is a good move. Props even to the fun origin that plays on its fairy tale world. That said, this is still schlocky, campy horror. The visuals are sometimes still limited by the low budget. The movie also still tries too hard in the drama department. Serious themes are not required in a movie where Pooh is a killer. Overall, as someone who enjoys the occasional trash horror movie like Leprechaun, Hatchet, or Killer Clowns, I found some enjoyment in this.
I'm gonna say it's either 3.5 or 4, but I'm not feeling leaning on the high end. I'm gonna say 3.5.
Brendan, you got almost there. This was a 2.5.
It was a 4.
Star. No, it was an opposite direction.
2.5. Oh, it was on the very low end.
On the
Excuse
lower
me.
side.
Well, damn, geez, that guy had a lot of good things to say. Actually, I don't know.
they had a lot of things, decently good things to say, but then we're like, but it was still fucking garbage horror movie.
But honestly, like 5 out of 10.
All right. This one's a little bit of a longer one. Strap yourself in.
I'm ready.
I knew this was going to be bad, but I actually had some fun. The whole story is fucking ridiculous and feels like it's made up by ChatGPT. The thing which made this movie somewhat enjoyable was that I had a good night. I wouldn't doubt it. Was that I had a good night with my friends and had a good laugh about some stupid ass scenes. There is a lot of gore and gross stuff though, and Winnie the Pooh is really badass. Nothing else to write about this. Movie wise, this is absolute dog shit. But you know, a horror Winnie the Pooh story. What the actually fuck?
I feel like the only thing I genuinely laughed at was the oh bother at the end. Everything else, this did not have enough fun for me to get invested in. Now, that being said, that feels like a decent review. Maybe I'm inflating too much. I was going to say 4, but I'm going to say 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5 is your final answer, Brendan?
That is correct.
That is unfortunately not the case. This was a 1-star review for this movie.
so even when people have nice things to say, they're gonna be like, but it was still like a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, you really
got it.
Really gotta pay attention to those last couple of lines where they go. So anyway, after everything that I've said, this movie fucking sucked, and what the actual fuck? This is dog shit. Whatever.
You know what, I'm locked in. I wasn't before. Now I'm locked in. Okay. Give me the next one.
Good. This person says a huge step in the right direction, but Tigger, stop calling people a B word. They say the actual word, but I'm trying to wean myself off of slander here.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I failed earlier today. I try to be better about that myself, but 1.5. 1.5.
Brendan, this was a 3-star review.
Okay, you know what? I don't have the line, dude. I can't lock in this. The key is like stuck in the fucking mechanism. I can't lock in.
There's too many cogs in the machine, and it's just all wonky.
There ain't no way. Just give me the next one. We're just gonna fucking
So
off the cuff.
so this person says, this is literally what cinema is all about, baby.
Shut
We all
the fuck
cheered
up,
and
dude.
applauded this effort of a lifetime. Shout out to Rice Frake Waterfield for actually giving a damn this time around. We are witnessing the improvement of a filmmaker in real time, and I imagine his next film will have a similar jump in quality as much as the first did to this. Fuck film school. Just straight wing this shit with quote unquote major theatrical releases that somehow get distribution off of jokes alone. I'm giving this X amount of stars because fuck you, I had fun with it. Just a mean fucking movie, man. I love it. I would genuinely watch this again.
4 stars.
Is that your final answer, Brendan?
Yes.
Brendan, this person gave this a glowing 5 out of 5.
No.
There are 5 out of 5 star
no.
reviews on this movie, Brendan, and this was one of them.
You cannot. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that, people. You cannot watch this movie and hold it in like fucking. I'm not talking about it.
They
I'm
said
just gonna get
they
mad.
will
Christian,
genuinely watch this again.
I hate that. I hate that. Honestly, is even just as crazy as seeing a 5-star review on this.
I also just want to know because I want to let you know, I should say, that this movie has an overall rating of 2.0 out of 5 stars. So
very unsurprising. Very unsurprising.
Very unsurprising, but higher than the first movie. I think the first movie was close to like a half star or some shit like that. Or like 1 point something. Anyway, last review. Well, I definitely liked this more than the first one, but it still just doesn't have the level of creativity behind it that I want from something that's destroying all the innocence behind a classic childhood story. Christopher Robin here grew into a serious cutie, and obviously that scored points with my vain ass, but then Winnie the Pooh looks like he walked out of a viral Alabama trailer trash reel, and Tigger looks like he got rejected from the cast of Cats 2019. So it's choices. That's so real. There's some great gore, and it's very watchable for a basic slasher, but I still want more from something that's actively trying to ruin the childhood dreams of anyone born after 1970. Like, good for you, Reese, but please stomp harder.
I think that's a very genuine review, but I'm going to say, that's a 1.5. That's 1.5.
Is that your final answer for the final review of the night?
That is my final answer for the final review of the night.
Well, Brendan, you're going 0 for 5 on this night because that was a 3-star review.
That is like so middle of the road for somebody that totally acknowledges that this movie is dog shit. Like you acknowledged it and said, it needs to be better in order for it to really be worth it. So therefore, I'm going to give it middle of the road 6 out of 10. Like what are we even doing? What are any of you talking about?
I don't get it either, buddy.
You know, it's not even Letterboxd that upsets me. It's having to be here. It's knowing that I went through this again. All right, that's what really upsets me.
Yeah, I tried to get another person in here so that our misery was shared, but Justin just couldn't make it happen.
I seen
and unfortunately, that is the case. I think it would have been funny for him to jump in on this movie because apparently it wouldn't have mattered anyway. They retconned the whole thing, so or at least 3/4 of it.
Literally, you did not have to see the first one. You just watched this. This is the only real content now.
This is the start.
The only real.
Yep. So that being said, thank you for at least joining me on this night and not running away and turning this into a solo cast. That would have been misery.
Yeah, I would never do that to you, brother. Don't worry.
If you, the audience, would like to follow us on social media, you can do so at Panda Sightings on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Follow us there. If you would like to send us an email with your poo opinions, you can send it to pandasightings@gmail.com. You can also join our lovely Discord where there are plenty of people talking about all kinds of things, but mostly One Piece because that's our other podcast, One Piece with a Lime. And you can find the link to the Discord in the link tree of our social medias. And also, while you're there, if you feel like it, you can join our membership program, where at the base level you get entered into a raffle for a movie recording or some other recording of your choosing, or at the very high end with our other producers, Taco and Rabbit, you get to just outright choose a movie if you like. So that being, Rin ended up in the raffle and won, and then gave us this steaming pile, and so here we are. Thank you, Rin. But also,
okay, that makes a lot more sense. In my mind, I'm like, Rin, why would you do this to us again? But then knowing that she won the raffle for this, honestly, memes.
yeah. I at some point, while we were in the Discord, I probably slighted her in some way that made her vindictive. So I probably insulted Oklahoma one too many times in the same night, and she just held on to that. So I'm not surprised that we're here, but yeah, I am still upset about it. I don't know. Rate us 5 stars somewhere. Give us pity. We kind of need it right now. We're at a low point here, having watched the second iteration of this film franchise. So a little 5-star pick me up could go a long way. And
before someone makes us watch the third.
No, well, they can't make us watch the third right now. The only thing that can make us watch is Peter Pan. But no.
We have
a Redbubble shop where you can get a Panda View sticker, as well as stickers from our other podcast. You can go check those out. They're cool, pretty swell. Love it, and that's it. We're done. We made it. I think we even did it faster than the first time.
Thank you, supporters. I you know what? Every time I watch one of these movies, I'm gonna make sure we lop off 15 fucking minutes just to really disincentivize people for making us do it again.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. That's a good call.
If we're gonna watch 2 more of these, and it's gonna be a 30-minute fucking cast, and then the next time after that, 15 minutes. Time after that, 1 fucking
just a summary.
You make us watch the fucking Pinocchio movie, I swear to God, I'm gonna do the summary and bounce. That's it.
Eventually I'm just gonna have to fucking train a chat bot or something, or put Justin on a voice changer to make it sound like you.
God, dude, it's fucking stupid. All right, I'm done. I'm going to bed.
That's it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
And what do you think of people saying that this is ruining their childhoods?
I guess if people have that view, then just you can keep it separate. I suppose I would say you can have your childhood and this can exist, and if you don't like that thing, then don't watch it, I'd say.